that should have done it. These haven't been disconnected for over a year, so hopefully they're not rusted. Good. What I suspect is somebody configured this so they could run it a couple of different ways. And I think they did this because Bobcat and Caterpillar, I guess, are reverse controls. Let's start. They say there's one disconnected here. So I'm feeling this is just going to be trial and error. Well, good news. I guess my lucky guess of where I connected that seems to work. I still might be able to move those around. I'm going to go look at the cat manual and see, or a cat video and see how they're supposed to work, but all the functions are working. They just might not be tied to the right button, so that's fantastic in my mind. This chrome sat for so long, it's kind of got some pitting on it, which will kind of wear down the seals. I'm going to stainless steel some of that rust off. So I'm going to cycle this hydraulics and just get them to a point where they're extended, and then clean them up. So here we go. We'll start with this one. I have some 800, and I'm just going to test one spot out here at the end. The most important thing you want is to try to get the rough off so it doesn't damage the seals anymore. Someday I'll have to address this, hopefully later than sooner. This is one of the better looking cylinders, you'll see in just a minute, one of the other ones. But you want to get the roughness out of it, so let's work that away. That's much better for that one. Let's move on to the next one.
You can see that this one is particularly bad. This one's not too bad. It still has some pitting, unfortunately.
That should do it for now. And I just noticed that this is pretty loose, so I'm just gonna tighten that up. Well, I thought I was out of the woods, and then I found that that line is leaking. And it's leaking not at a fit-in, it's leaking actually inside this tube. I can feel that there's a worn spot there. So that's a bummer, because the jacket's not wet up until that point, so it's something there, and you can see it's dripping. So boo! So no Dozer blade this weekend.
Let's take a look and see what size these are. That's what I've got. That's 1 1/8. So apparently 1 1/4 is one size I don't have. However, I do have these ridges. Oh man.
So last night I discovered my leaky hydraulic line on the Dozer blade, and I'm I'm trying to get out to the property tomorrow, so I called, I tried to go on Bobcat's website and found the part number. So I called Bobcat this morning, and they said, well, they could special order or they could just make them in-house, which I was like, oh, how long does that take? They're like, oh, about 5 minutes. So luckily this Bobcat dealership is only like 2 miles from my house, so I drove down here, and they're going to make the cables for me, so that's fantastic. Hopefully all will be good. I'm replacing the whole cable, coupler, everything. It just seemed like that was the best thing to do. Don't mix the old and new parts. So they're making cables for me right now, so we should be good for tomorrow, hopefully. Alright, so I had a pretty fruitful adventure today, especially from last night being bummed out and seeing that my cable was broken, or my hose was leaking. I went online, found the parts. Bobcat had a really great interactive website for finding the part, I would say way better than Cat's. However, you can't order the part, so you have to go to a dealership. It's got a very limited inventory online at this point. Decided to replace both cables, also replaced both the in couplers. They were only about $40 each. They looked at the old ones. They were rusted out a little bit. It's like, looks like the ball bearings are worn out. And then this cable, this on the other side is like, oh, that might be fine. But I know for that little amount of money, might as well just replace those and not worry about it. Because $40 when you're in the field and something breaks and it was related to that one part, I don't know, it's never worth it for $20-$40 like that. So anyhow, new cables. I'm excited. This means that I will be able to doze this weekend. Hopefully the rest of the cables are fine. So let's get these cables on, and then let's go have fun at the property.
Oh, well, that's a bummer. There's normally a rubber seal here that apparently fell off when I took it out, and I didn't see that last night. Oh, yep, there it is. So I didn't want to put back the old O-ring, and luckily when I looked through some of my supply, I found that I had an extra O-ring that I'd ordered with the other hydraulic lines that I replaced, not realizing that they came with the lines that I ordered from Cat. Wasn't a perfect fit, but it looked close enough, so we're going to go ahead and try this and hope for the best.
Also, one thing I'll mention real quick is that I bought an 1.25" wrench, because apparently I just bought 1 1/8". I have 1 3/8", but I was missing 1 1/4", which of course is the one size. But I didn't have these needed. Luckily I was able to get it off using my little crow's feet, but it's good to have these wrenches around for when you need them. Another one to the list. Should be covered now.
So far, I can see the hose's tension though.
That wraps up this repair, so stay tuned for a future video where I show this blade in action. Thanks again for watching, and please consider subscribing. This is the greatest thing ever. I'm so happy. This is so much fun. Oh, it's sweet, and the tractor's running just fantastic, and oh my god, it's so much fun. I'm having so much fun.